I was still able to do it, working a full-time job, training on the side, raising 3 kids. I was also a competitive bodybuilder for a few years.
Yes, you
Yeah.
you had mentioned that earlier, and so what did that look like? What was it that kind of got you up on stage? Was it somebody that you grew to know and were like, yeah, I want to do that, or was it just something that you had
To
on
be
in your
honest,
heart?
I did not care for bodybuilding at all.
Yeah.
I had a buddy come to me, and I was training people, and he decided to do a show. And I'm like, you know what? I will prepare you for the show, but I'm not going to do something that I've never done myself. So I was preparing him for the show, to do it. And then I got so close to it, I might as well step on stage. And then it was that first time, and that's what it was. It was basically a learning process for me.
Yeah.
He wanted help, and I was willing to do it, but it was something totally different from what I had been doing with my other clients.
Right.
That's very extreme. That's why I don't recommend it. It's not very healthy. It's not a healthy sport at all.
Yeah.
But it brought a competitive side out when I did it. So I ended
Sure.
up doing 7 shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Over
so
like what, like a couple year period?
it was
or?
about 3 years. I
Yeah.
did, 7 shows in 3 years.
Wow.
And I learned a lot, though. I'll tell you. You learn a lot about your body, what it can and can't do. But then you also learn limits are usually, we place different limits on our minds. Once you break those limits and go above and beyond, we're capable of so much more than we realize.
Yeah, no doubt. We don't
yeah.
we don't give ourselves
Enough credit.
Enough credit.
Not at all.
Yeah, because it takes obviously amazing discipline when you are really got the blinders on.
Oh yeah.
To eat a certain way, sleep a certain way, train a certain way, right? And it is in a lot of ways a fairly selfish sport, right?
Very.
A competitive bodybuilder. I mean, at least the guys that I've grown to know over the years, like they have to miss events, they have to miss certain things that they just can't be part of because it kind of takes them off their path.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're carrying food everywhere you go.
Oh my gosh.
And you're not a happy person. I'm the most happy person you'll ever meet.
Yeah. You were.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you.
I heard you when you walked in this morning.
I'm telling you, man. I'm a happy person. But when you're getting a few weeks into that diet, I mean, you become miserable. You're not happy. Something's got to be wrong.
Yeah.
If it can take a happy personality and turn them that way.
Mm.
I'll be honest. I did 3 shows, and because I was still, I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to do better. And that was my goal. But then we had 3 little kids, and I was broke, still doing all of these things. You're not making a lot of money, training people.
Right.
So I got hit up to be sponsored. Okay, I've got a sponsor, so how can I use this to turn it into vacations for my family? That's what I did. So I knew I've got to work out. It's ingrained in me. It's what I do. It's what I've preached my whole life. The benefits, there's too many benefits to ignore. And but I knew I had to do things differently.
Yeah.
So that's when I started kind of putting, pen to pad and figuring things out and playing with things in the gym. And that led me to my Tricon training that I do.
Yeah.
So I do my Tricon training, and I started messing around with that a little bit. And that took a few years to perfect, man.
Yeah.
But
and really dial it in.
Oh, yeah.
So for the listeners, explain to them in a little bit more detail what Tricon is. It's actually a very simple approach to lifting and to get incredible pumps working with less loads and still see those gains, those muscular gains. And so share with the listeners what a Tricon set looks like.
Tricon actually stands for triple contraction. Mm-hmm. Okay, so everybody works in the, you're moving the weight down, you're moving the weight up, and you're doing the eccentric on the way down, the concentric on the way up. Everybody ignores the middle contraction, which is the isometric contraction. That's the third, of the 3 contractions.
Right.
And I had done isometric work years ago every time I was trying to increase strength. Everybody knows about the strength benefits. So I started researching and figuring out how to make it work for hypertrophy, time under tension, And basically what my Tricon sets are, you're always starting, let's go, Tricon 3. It's 9 total reps. You're doing 3 explosive reps to start. So if we're going with the bench press, you're taking it nice and slow on the way down, exploding on the way up. That leads to that neural drive, that neural activation, and also helps fire that system up and get ready for the Tricon sets coming up. So you do the 3 explosive, and then you go into the Tricon reps, and basically all you're doing there, bringing the weight down into the mid-range, and you're holding it for 10 seconds, and you're contracting the crap out of that muscle as hard as possible.
So I love the bench press too, because everyone can visualize what a bench press looks like, right? And especially for guys, every guy who's wanting muscle has done the bench, right?
Definitely.
So whether you're doing dumbbells or barbell, it's a great approach. So you got your 3 fairly your explosive, slow down, explosive up. Then you got these mid-range isometric holds. So your elbows are at like about 90, right?
Yeah.
And
whatever's
you're just
comfortable for
whatever's
your shoulders.
comfortable for the shoulders, holding. And by the way, you're working with a lighter weight here.
Oh yeah.
This is if I'm talking percentages, wise, but this is what, like probably 40% of your one rep max, 40 to 50% range. So if you like to do like a set of 80-pound dumbbells for like 8 to 10 reps, we're talking like go to like a 40-pound dumbbell.
There you go.
Is what we're talking about. So you do then you do these 3 isometric 10-second count hold reps, and then what are the final 3 reps?
Final 3 are super slow, 4-second eccentric, so 4-second lowering the weight and 4 seconds raising the weight. So that's where the lactic acid really kicks in, which is where all the growth hormone benefits come from. And you're filling that muscle full of blood. So blood, oxygen, growth hormone. So you're really fueling that muscle. And those super slow are tough.
Yeah, especially right after doing these 10-second holds.
Exactly.
Now you're moving slowly, 4 set counts on up and down, and so you do 1 set, and you've done it. And I only know this just because I know lifting. I've been around it for so many years, and watching you do it in some of our YouTube content earlier today, I could just tell. And the mind to muscle connection, is amplified. So for the person who just wants maybe to stay where they're at, let's just say, maybe they're very happy where they're at, but they're getting older. And they do recognize that weight gain or weight loss is different now in their 40s, 50s than it was in their 20s, 30s. So what's a good approach for that person who's just like more of a maintenance?
Okay. I've got a 2-step approach, and I like to give them options. I'm all about carb cycling, but if there's somebody that like that, they can do the workout days. Typically you're going to be working out. If you're talking to me, that's when I'm going to make sure you realize you have to work out. You want to do strength training, again, not for vanity, but hormone benefits. You do strength training, you're going to get more testosterone. More testosterone, faster metabolism, all the things that are going to keep you healthy and happy,
That's right.
So I preach that first. If they're doing 3 workouts a week or 4 workouts a week, then they can do their carbs around those days. And but if they say, you know what, carb cycling, I just don't want to do that, then intermittent fasting. That's another tremendous concept that people can utilize and get great benefits with.
And you've personally done like the 15-9 or the 16-8.
Oh yeah,
right?
And I do both.
And you do both.
I do both. I carb cycle with my intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
And even better, because like I said, I've never been a big breakfast eater. And if you can skip that one meal and, like you mentioned, not get your midnight snacks in, then it's actually easy to follow.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing, eliminating your late night snacks, your breakfast, and you're still going to get your lunch and 2 or 3 other meals. You can still have 3 or 4 meals, and just you're going to still be healthy, still lose weight.
And you're doing that 4 days a week, like Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll just pretty much eat everything that I want, and see how I feel on Monday.
Yeah, but something tells me you're not the guy that's going out and eating like crap.
No,
you're not doing fast food. You're not doing all that. Every once in a while, maybe you have a little something that the kids are eating or something, just as like a treat or something that's a dessert food. But
that's learn choices that you can have. We'll go to a steakhouse. I'll get a 10-ounce steak and a salad.
Yeah.
I love my salads. I'll eat my salad first, and then I'll get my steak and do that. And steaks always, you can get them with broccoli, asparagus, green beans.
Right.
Some of those good choices. And my kids, my wife, they can get whatever they want. And I do that. You go to another place, get some kind of grilled chicken somewhere. Chicken, veggies, salad. I mean, you can still have those things. Baked potato, just put salt, pepper, eliminate all the junk that people put on it.
No loaded potato.
Yeah, no
just
loaded potato.
Dry baked potato. I'll take care of it myself.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that it's pretty simple actually. And but by doing it this way, here's the other thing I will share. people assume that if you eat perfect, you can never have a slice of cake. Guess what? My son just graduated from high school last week. When I get home, we're going to take him out and we're all going to have cake.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's another benefit of eating this way. When you eat good most of the time, you can still have those little indulges here and there.
Right.
And it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be fuel. And I know in my mind, I'm about to go burn it off on Monday.
That's it. Talk a little bit more about the importance of sleep. I'd like to just kind of close with how vital that is for not overtraining and just making the most of your training and then making the most of your sleep time.
Okay, definitely. That is usually the number one recommendation I give first. Let's correct that first, because in today's society, it's so fast-paced, electronics. I mean, people are sleeping less. You know, and when they are sleeping, they're not getting quality sleep. You know, so sleep is so important for older guys because of the hormones. And just recover. You need to rest. You need to repair. Your muscles need to repair. Your whole body needs to replenish. There's so many benefits when you're sleeping. That's when growth hormone levels go up, testosterone levels grow up. Again, the things that make us a man.
Yeah.
And so typically with sleep, what I always recommend is shut down the electronics. Even phones. A lot of people just assume that's only turn the TV off and they go hang out in their bedroom and they're still going through social media or going through their phones, and you got to get away from that. At least an hour. That's typically what I do.
Yeah.
Give yourself at least an hour away from all of that. And I like comfort. So if you're somebody that needs it cool, make sure your room that you're sleeping in is going to be cool.
Yeah.
Make sure it's dark. You know, I'm a fan person. I've got to have my fan on.
Man,
that noise almost puts me to sleep.
It's like you're describing me.
Oh, see, there you go. Yes, older guys.
My wife
man.
and I, we got our fans on each side of the room.
That's us.
The
Yep.
blackout curtains.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you get your best sleep. You know,
Yeah.
the REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep is,
Yep.
you know, when all the benefits happen.
Yep.
So that's what I recommend for guys. You get I like 8 hours. If you get 7 to 9, you're great.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks.
Exactly.
Some people feel refreshed after 7, but
Exactly.
I can tell you from experience as a 43-year-old guy, I just don't feel quite right if it's less than 7.
Oh, not at all. Yeah, I feel it too.
I feel it. And I'm not perfect, by the way. I mean, no one's perfect, right? But I've been the guy that's scrolling through Instagram, and in the little voice in my head's going, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you still up? Why are you scrolling right now? What are you
Right.
looking at? Is this helping you? Like all these little things, like, and you're still, it's like, yeah, I know I should stop.
Yep.
I know I should stop.
I
And
know
it's
it.
just like, and some nights it's great because, you know, my wife is I don't say requires more sleep, but
Oh, yeah.
she makes the wise choice to just shut it all down and go to bed.
Right.
And I should just follow her lead a little bit more often.
Right.
And I have been lately. And I'll tell you, man, what a difference. I just kind of like naturally wake up between 6 and 7 in the morning.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Because I went to bed between 10 and 11.
Right.
And I got my 7 to 8 hours, and I feel good. And I'm like waking up naturally
Oh, yeah.
without an alarm. This isn't every time. It's amazing. Like, even though I know that's when I feel my best,
Yeah.
it doesn't always happen that way,